RaJae, this is Jamal from WSFA in Montgomery. I just want to quickly ask you, man, about the feeling in the locker room after the game. I know with you coming over from UAB, this stepping into this year, you had goals that you wanted to achieve, and this team, what you guys wanted to accomplish. What was that like in the locker room Saturday?
Um, One, I say like credit to the coaching staff, Coach Summerall, Coach Craddock, every like all the way up from the staff to the media guys, training, our weight guys, players. It's a lot of guys we get credit to here to help start this in January, and like the feeling for me, myself, and the players, like we've been in a situation that was down before, but like just to see it all come together and what we've been breaking it down on champs all year really was a focal point, and like it just all tied us in together, and like it was a quick celebration. Then we knew what we had at hand, like what we're getting into this upcoming week now.
And then a quick follow-up. Coach Summerall said Saturday that he, in the locker room, had no doubts that you guys would come back and win that game, that the offense would figure it out.
hmm
What did he say anything to you guys at halftime? What was the halftime talk like, and how good does it feel to have your head coach just walk out of there with no doubts once again for another week that the offense is going to figure out in the second half and pull it together?
Well, I'm pretty sure you guys all met Coach Summerall. He's really leveled. Like when it comes to situations where most people will try to do the most in some situations, but for to see the head guy to come in and actually just tell us like we're good and like just motivate us pretty much, like he does it every week, and like we don't want to be in them situations every week, but he comes in and like he's been in big situations, and so when the head guy can come in and just talk to us like that and just tell us is that make a play, and then from that point on we knew how we had a mission at hand.
RaJae, Jamal mentioned some of those personal goals that you had through this season, but specifically for this week, what are some things you're looking to accomplish as not only a player but as a teammate?
Um, Really like it's just not like everybody has player goals, and like I never try to base anything off goals. Honestly, like I'm in it for the team for at this point because my goals doesn't matter because at this point it's a team thing and the mission is to get a ring. And like I can have 10 catches or I can have no catches. As long as we get a win is a win. And so my goals, like coming out of that, the main goal is to get the ring. And so that's my personal goal and the team goal.
Hey,
You're
Roger.
Roger Days, John. Go ahead, John.
This is John Johnson from the Dustin Eagle. Your season was on the line going into that fourth quarter, and I know y'all have pulled out games in the fourth quarter this year, but what was kind of the talk on the sideline? You're one of the older guys. What was the vibe going into that fourth quarter?
The vibe going into the fourth and pretty much like leading up until that point, because I think they drove the field a little bit when they came out, but I think defense managed to get a stop or something like that, and like it's it's a shift, I would say, of like from the players of like when we come in and out of the locker room at halftime, and then like the coach giving us the adjustments and stuff like that, and so we knew like the last couple of games of us coming out of halftime, even in them tough wins and like close wins, every time we all just look at each other and said, all right, we gotta go, and like that's the mindset, and it's like next man up, best man up, or whoever can do it, we can do it.
Hey, Roger, it's Josh the Messenger.
How you
You
doing?
mentioned your goals. All right, how you doing? You mentioned your goals, and way back in spring, you told me your goal was get a ring. So we're now looking back on everything overall, your thoughts on the season, how things are going.
You know, I first wanted to just thank the man above because, without him, anything ain't possible. And so, like I told you before, it's like the end goal is always to get a ring and be the best team in November. And I think, like, no one has yet to see us play at our best on defense and our best on offense. And so I think this is no better game to do it against a high-level team. And so it just feels good, especially be 10-2, and then we all know about the App State game. We really supposed to be 11-1, but it feels good to be 10-2 and then West Division champs because this I only lost one conference one conference title since I've been in college. So I done won my conference every year except for last year when I was at UAB. So it feels good.
RaJae, RaJae, now, sorry.
Go, Jamal.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to ask RaJae. You guys are hosting now. What's that going to be like? You know, the vet's been electric all year, but now you guys are hosting the conference championship game. What's that going to be like? You think?
Oh man, it's a great feeling. That's one thing, I never was able to host a championship, and like I'm just excited against these guys, and I believe Adam, is this the first time in the vet? So the first time, I believe, yeah, like I'm ready for it. Like all of us is ready for it, and like I can't speak on it too much, but Saturday it get here.
RaJae, the fact that the running game's really gotten in a groove for the last 3 or 4 weeks, how much does that even open up the passing game for you guys?
I love it, honestly. Like Kamani, like everyone knows, Kamani was banged up a little bit beginning of the season, and like no discredit to DK or the other backs. Like that running back room got a lot of great backs in that room, and like now that like it's starting to happen, like we've been emphasizing that we need to run the ball, and like now to see that a back-to-back 200-yard games is like really a statement for the testament of how hard our old linemen have worked. And then not only for the run, it's opening up our passes too, because it's kind of hard when the team's going to drop 8 majority of the time, but now since they're loading the box and we're getting one-on-one matchups, it's starting to help out. And so that's a lot of the reason I would say I caught the ball this past week is credit to Kamani, because he was running the ball very well.
Anybody else?
RaJae, one more question, just to piggyback off what Coach Summerall has been saying. You guys are the only FBS game in this state this week. What's your message to students, fans, to everyone? Because obviously we want to pack the vet.
Like I've been posting about it already. I done took the email and posted it. I done took what Adam them posted. I done posted on Snapchat, Twitter. I'm posted on TikTok, Bebo, whatever. I'm gonna try to post it everywhere. Like we need everybody. We need everybody here, man, because this different. This the first time, man. It's the first time. So we need to pack the vet.
What was that last one?
Bebo, that's old. Jamal knows what it is.
Bebo is super old.
Super old. We got to post it on everything. We need every student here, parent, teacher, alum, everybody, locals. We need to shut the city down, honestly, if you ask me. Just me personally.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good, TJ. This is John Johnson at the Dothan Eagle. You've had a great year rushing the quarterback. Can you talk about just, I don't know if there's a secret, but the work you put in to be able to do that like you've done this year?
I really give shouts out to Coach Wood for dialing up the plays, and also to them guys in the back end. You know, without them giving me the time to get there, I don't think I'll be having the season I'm having, or even without Coach Wood putting me in the positions to make the plays.
Can you speak on that a little more about putting you in the position to make plays?
I don't really know how to talk about that, but one thing I can say is he just the play call, just the play call he calls, and just puts me right there to make play. Like puts me outside. Puts me outside. If the play is going outside, puts me outside already, and I'll just be right there. Besides
the good play calling, it takes a lot of effort and determination to do what you're doing. Talk about your motor a little bit.
Yeah, it's just something I always had since like I was in Pee Wee football. Just always go see ball, get ball, and it's just something in me. Just that edge that Coach Summerall talks about that I have, that everybody on the defense have, to always swarm the ball. And then also in practice, we run around, retrace. Coach E has us retracing after a pass. They has us running to the ball. And during fall camp, we had something called hustle tape. And if you don't make the hustle tape, you're not playing. So I always took that to heart.
Hey, TJ, it's Jamal from WSFA Montgomery.
Hey, man.
The Stanhope-Elmore guys have really made an impact on this Troy team, especially this year. What can you say about the way that either, they got you guys prepared over there down in Millbrook, or is it something about the coaching staff that, that brought something out of you guys?
Yeah, shouts out to Hunter Adams, the defensive coordinator down there at Stanhope-Elmore. He's a strength and conditioning coach, and since my sophomore year in high school, he always like how Rusty is. That's what I had in high school, and every guy that comes out of there, Jake. We got a couple guys coming right now, Colton Walls and Jackson Thomas, and those guys are already prepared for the college for how college is with Hunter Adams.
And then just a quick follow-up here is about from Saturday. The defense really got after it, and obviously Reddy's pick six was kind of like the catalyst to put you guys over the top. When the defense is playing really well, I mean, what's that like on the sideline? What are the conversations like? What are you guys discussing there?
It's exciting. Like just to even be out there. Like when something do good happens, it's just like, man, we just talking about like what happened on that play, like how we read it, how we executed it, and jokes, really. Just having a good time, enjoying the moment.
Hey, DJ, it's Josh at the Messenger. What have you seen from Coastal on tape, and what makes them so good offensively?
The triple option, how they run that, it's just like triple option teams are always going to be tough to go against. Then they run in the triple option, that's their run game. Then they can also take you deep up over the top with the receivers. They got good speed on receivers, the quarterback, the running back. They're just all around good team.
I know it's obviously a different type of option, but you think kind of the way you guys were able to prepare for Army and their options helps with preparation for Coastal?
Yeah, I think it does because, you got to keep the same rules. It may be different rules with how they run it from the shotgun, but I doubt it's going to be that many different rules on how to guard it. But we got to come up with a good game plan.
DJ Brianna from WTBY in Delton. Obviously, a lot of pressure on each player individually or anyone who steps on the field to perform well, but what are you doing personally just to prepare your mental? Is there any changes in your diet or anything, any superstitions you have just to make sure that you play well this week?
I always stay in the film room, get extra footwork drills, do pass rush drills out with the D-line, and I always something that the guys on the team do. We always contrast before every game. Let's get in the hot tub, cold tub, and that's our little superstitious thing that we do to make sure we stay on this road that we're on.
Hey, TJ, you'll have a lot of older guys on defense, been around a long time. Anyone in particular that's kind of taken you under their wing over the years, or that you really learned from?
Yes, sir. Will Cholo. We was in contact my senior year in high school when I first got the Troy offer. He was already telling me that you're gonna be better than me. You're gonna be this. You're gonna be that. But I, as a young kid, I never believed him because I looked up to Cholo when I was at Stanhope. When I used to see him play, I was like, yeah, I want to be like him. I want to go to Troy. Like even like my 10th grade year, I was like, I want to go to Troy and go play with Cholo. And he always kept me under his wing, showed me what to do, showed me how to do it, and big thanks to Cholo.
Along those lines, TJ, did you come to a lot of Troy games, or were you a Troy fan growing up?
I didn't come to the games, but I did watch on TV. After the big LSU game, that's when it was solidified that I want to go to Troy.
All right. Yep, we got Reddy, guys. We'll go ahead and take questions for you.
How y'all doing today?
Hey, Reddy, how are you?
I'm doing
This is
good.
WTBY in Delton. Big game on the line this week. I'm pretty sure you guys have already set so many goals, but did you just imagine being in this moment and just explain what it feels like to be here?
This is a great feeling this week. We worked hard for this all summer, all fall. We've been working towards this goal. This is our main goal to get here. We just want to finish the task. And as a team, we grown closer throughout the whole year with all these tough games we've had, and this is just exactly where we want to be, and we're ready for it.
Hey, Reddy, it's Jamal at WCFA in Montgomery. Just take me back to the interception. What did you see on that play? Obviously you made a really good break on the ball, but what did you see there? And it felt like it was sort of similar to an interception you had against Alabama A&M back in the early parts of the season.
Thank you. And with that play, they had ran that same route concept a couple times throughout the game, and he just kept on throwing it. So I was just waiting for it at that time, and they finally ran it again, and I just jumped it and took it to the house.
I mean, at that moment, did you know that, the play that you had made obviously was the one that sort of put your team in a comfortable position, because you did get the 2-point conversion, but your pick six sort of kind of was able to relax the offense, and they were able to go from there?
Well, at the time, I was just in the moment. I was just playing hard, so I really didn't realize it until after I had watched the game. After the game, I had watched it, and I realized that it was a big play for us during the game. But at the time, I didn't realize it. I was just trying to play hard and get a stop on defense.
Hey, Reddy, it's Josh at this Troy Messenger. Can you talk a little bit about the difficulty of trying to defend an offense like Coastal, especially from a defensive back standpoint, where you guys have to not only watch out for the option, but also they really throw down the field a lot more than a lot of offense teams do?
With Coastal, they're a good team. We played them these past couple years. It's been close games. They have good players and great coaching staff as well. They're well coached, and with this game, we just have to have our eyes in the right place. Everybody do their job, and we all play together. And we'll be good for this game if we all just do our job. So I feel like it's just another game for us, and if we prepare well, then we'll do good.
Hey Ray, this is John Johnson at the Dothan Eagle. Coach Summerall seemed to think y'all knew before him about the South Alabama game and the Coastal game. How were y'all keeping up with it? Did y'all know what was going on?
Throughout that day, we had the scores and looking at it a little bit, but we were more focused on the Arkansas State game. We just had it in the back of our minds what we had to do that day for Arkansas State to get to the championship. So we just had those games in the back of our mind, and that just gave us a little motivation going into Arkansas State game that we win this game and we clinch our spot in the championship. So I can say we had those games in the back of our mind while we were out there.
And then last one for me, Reddy. Can you speak to the importance of, being able to host this game at the Vet? Obviously this is the first time Troy's ever played for the Sun Belt Conference title. They've 6, all time, but this is the first time that you're getting to play in the championship game and getting to host it. Can you speak to the importance of that?
This is big just for the whole community, just for the team, the culture of this program. This is a big thing for us, and we prepared for this all year. We're really ready for this game. We've been ready for this game the whole year, and just putting on for our fan base and playing for each other. We're going to be ready for this game when it comes.
And we'll go ahead and take some questions.
What's up, guys?
This is John Johnson from the Dothan Eagle. The running game has really kind of hit its stride, I guess, in the last month. Can you talk about how that has progressed and made y'all a different type offense this time of the year?
Yeah, it's something we've been really wanting to get going all year. And I just think with, moving Jake to center, you got a new guy at guard and Daniel King, just getting all the glue to really stick, and the cohesiveness on the offensive line, I think has been something we've been trying to get going for a long time. And there's nothing like game reps that really helps with that, And I also think that our running backs are seeing it better, what we're trying to do. They're staying on their path more. You saw Kamani, I think it was his 3rd touchdown the other night. He just he stays in it. He wiggles right through it. And it was just, I think all that stuff takes time to really gel together and work through. And I think we're finally hitting our stride. I also think Kamani, has been a little more banged up this year than he's kind of led on ever since the Ole Miss game. And I think he's finally starting to, feel 100% again these last couple weeks. And I think you see that with the yards that he's gained and the runs that he's had.
Hey, Coach, it's Josh in the Messenger. What's kind of the part of Kamani's game that makes him so good?
I just think his strength, man. Like, that's the first thing that comes to my mind when you ask that question is strength. His lower body is incredibly strong. I mean, I think he squats the whole gym. I think we had to order some more weights down there last summer. And I think that's a true story. To really, Coach Witt, I remember him in staff meeting saying, Coach Summerall, we need some heavier weights down here. So, and Kamani's one of those guys. I also think his vision is really good. Like I said, you saw him find that run, on their sideline going into the where we dressed. You just saw him kind of find his way through it with vision, and I think that's his two best attributes. I also think he's a very smart guy. You don't have to. He don't learn with like tons of reps. You tell him one time, and he's kind of got it. So I think those three things make a pretty good running back. And then also you saw his speed last week too, where he's not just a burner, so to speak, but he's got a good enough speed to hit a home run from 40, 50 yards out like he did the other night.
You said when you first got here that receivers wouldn't get the ball if they didn't block. Can you talk about how they were able to kind of embrace that with bigger guys like RaJae? Yeah,
I mean, shoot, like I was mad at RaJae early in the game the other night, to be honest with you, because we worked it. You saw him going in motion, and we're trying to, go get a safety that we showed him that look all week, and he didn't get that guy, and hit DK for like a 2 or 3 yard gain. I was like, hey man, if you get in there and get him, it's going to be a touchdown. And you saw RaJae, if you go back and watch it, that same play we ran, we come back to it there at the end, and RaJae has a heck of a block on that guy, and Kamani scores. So there's no question that the receivers are a big part of our run game. When guys are hitting big runs, it's because our receivers are blocking on the perimeter. When you see a safety or a corner make the tackle, we're not sustaining a block on the perimeter. So I think those things are crucial for our run game success to hit the big runs. We're going to get 3 or 4 yards in a cloud of dust here and there, but it's going to be big runs when you see those receivers getting in there and scrapping. And early in the year, you saw a guy like Marcus Rogers. I mean, he's fighting dudes on the perimeter till the whistle blew, and that's something that we all challenged him with. But you lose 2 of your receivers and you don't have many guys that really feel like you can rotate in there. Those guys, they got to have a break at some point, so they can't play 75 plays, full speed the whole game and be rested enough, so to speak, to finish the game in the fourth quarter like we've been able to do all year.
Hey, Coach Craddock, this is Jamal Kennedy at WSFA in Montgomery. Coach Summerall has mentioned that, the last couple of weeks coming out of halftime, he hasn't really been worried about the offense, knowing that they'll pick it up. I'm curious from your standpoint, your point of view, what's been your thought process coming out of halftime these last couple of weeks?
Well, I think a lot of time, obviously we want to start faster, but I think a lot of time with what we're doing offensively, we got to wear guys down a little bit. I've been around, at UAB, we always had the saying, hey, those 1 or 2 yard gains in the first half are going to turn to 20, 30 yard runs in the second half. And you've seen that happen all year for us, We're not just I wouldn't just put our guys in an elite category where we can just maul people from the first snap, but if we, stick to the plan, if we lean on people, we move people, we're more physical than them early in the game, we feel like our conditioning will take over in the second half. And like I said, those 2 or 3 yard runs will turn into big runs in the second half. And that's what you saw last week. That's what you've seen the last couple weeks. But we just, offensively, we just got to get off to a little better start and not throwing interceptions, not, doing the silly stuff that can get you beat in a big game. And that's what's going to be big in this game, and, we can't have missed assignments. We can't have balls thrown on the wrong landmark. We got to just execute the plan. Don't try to do anything you got, crazy. I just need everybody's best, and we'll be fine. But I've been very proud of our guys. They could have very easily got down in some games early on, first half. I mean, you look back at the Lafayette game off the bye week. We came out kind of flat in the first half and really wasn't very good. And, you've seen games where we just kind of, mess around in the first half, so to speak. But there is a plan. We are leaning on people. We are, like I said, we are wearing people down. But like I said, we can't this week especially, we can't build ourselves such a big hole that we're not going to be able to get out of. So we got to start a little better. But also I've been really proud of our guys, like I said, that they just stuck to the plan. Nobody really gets down. Everybody has a belief that we're going to win. And they just keep playing. That's what we tell them at halftime. Hey, just play one play at a time. Give me your best every single play, and we're going to be just fine. And so, early in the year we had some complaining and bickering on the sideline, and that's kind of stopped here recently. And you've seen that kind of shine for us in the second half moving forward in the second half of the season, I should say.
Hey, Coach, it's Anna Jones with WTBY. You mentioned a lot of player preparation going into this game or on the field. What are some things you would like to see from these guys off the field getting ready for such a big game?
I just think they got to approach this game like any other game. Like I told Gunner yesterday, Gunner, you don't have to do anything special in this game. I felt like Gunner thought he had to do something more than he thought he could do, I guess, in the last game, and that's not it. Like I said, I think if we stick to our plan and we just play one play at a time, this is just the next game for us. We've treated it like that all year. Coach Summerall said it all year. I've told the offense all year. Whatever the game is next, that's the most important game we're in, and we're going to treat it just like the next game, like we have all year. I don't want them to treat this game any different than they have all year. I think our guys have prepared all year at a high level off the field. I think you see a lot of guys up here getting extra film work on their own. You see guys, staying after practice and working on small details. So like I said, I would be worried if we hadn't been doing that kind of stuff all year, and that's what it was going to take to win this game. But like I said, I think our guys have really done that all year, and as long as they just do what they've been doing and prepare the right way like they have been, I'll feel good about our preparation leading into the game.